It's a cracker. Hello there, and welcome to Clarity Social TV. My name's Barbara Gray, and this is our friend Paul Church.
Hello.
And we're in for a cracking afternoon.
A groovy afternoon.
A groovy afternoon. It's our half-price members sale. So if you're not a member, then you don't know what you're missing. In fact, we're going to show you what you're missing.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is it to become a member?
What does it mean to become a member? Well, let our friends come in and then I'll tell you all about it.
Okay.
I think our clubs, there are 3 of them, are the oldest, largest craft clubs in the country.
Definitely. With the stamp, I mean, that's how I first found Clarity back in the day.
Was it?
And it had the photographs stuck on.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And the kids, that's slave labour.
Slave labour.
Yeah. And you know what is interesting? Because just to let our friends come in while we're chatting, I remember we always used to, it was because it's so old in those days, we didn't have digital computers and what have you, right? So what we used to do was take photographs of I'd do a project, it was called the Project Club.
Yeah.
Then I'd take a photo of the project in the garden.
Yeah.
And then Dave would take the negatives, the negs.
Yeah.
Like
the
film,
old-fashioned film. Yeah.
35mm film. He'd take that to Jessop's in Tunbridge. And every time he came back to us, he'd say, there's a bloke that works at Jessop's that you want on your team, right? And I'd say, oh, okay. And then every month he'd go and get the negatives, get the 1,000 photographs of this and 1,000 photographs, bring it, and he'd say, there's a bloke that works at Jessop's that you want on your team. And then we went on the telly and it got really, really busy. And the club exploded and loads of people joined the club. So we needed more photos and more photos. And I said, you know that bloke at Jessop's that we want on that team? Well, go and get him. And it's Jim.
Wow.
And he's been with us for, I think, 15 years now.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's how
it all sort of started. And
that's how it started.
Wow. Yeah. And it just shows, doesn't it, those connections and how things change in time. I mean, internet.
Yeah.
That probably was in very early stages back then. It's hard to imagine it now without having that and have in-house capabilities. And
no, we had nothing like that. You know, we just to take a photo. We didn't have mobile phones in those days.
No.
That wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
And when we did, it was those little, do you remember?
Like a little brick.
Yeah.
You could just about text. Text came afterwards, didn't it? It was just phone calls.
It was quite comical, really. But you think how fast our generation, how fast we've learned. You know, we were talking about it earlier on because we've got new plans, which we'll tell you about anon. But so anyway, back to the clubs. Yeah. So here we are, years on.
Yeah.
We've got 3 different skill sets. So we've got, of course, we've got the stamps.
Yeah. Where it started.
Close to my heart.
Yeah.
Then we've got the stencils.
Yes.
And then we've also got groovy. Which is Parchment.
Yeah.
And the largest of the clubs is the Groovy Club, closely followed by the Stamp Club.
Yeah.
And then my personal favourite, which is actually the stencils, which is interesting. So what do you get every month? Well, the first thing, of course, I guess, which is most important this week, is the discounts.
Yes.
Right? So, Paul, tell us about the discounts, please.
Okay, so if you belong to, you can join a series, you can join 1, you can join 2, or you can join all 3.
You tell them, I know.
So if you join 1, okay, you'll get 10% off all your online purchases, or if you come to our open days or retreats, or over the telephone. If you join 2 clubs, and it can be any combination, you can go Stamp and Groovy, you can go Stamp and Stencil, Stencil and Groovy, it's entirely up to you, you have that choice. You'll get 12.5%. If you want to become a diamond member and join all 3, then you'll get 15% discount as well.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just to start with. That's just the discount element.
That's just the discount element.
Without anything else.
And of course, we have loyalty points as well, but that's even for non-club members.
Yeah.
But for our club members, often we have special events.
We do.
Which are
we can get double points, triple points
for club members.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's lots of reasons to join. I was thinking about it this morning. I thought, if you like Clarity and you like us, then you really ought to be in one of the clubs.
I think so, because I mean, we haven't even spoke about, in addition to all of what you just mentioned, the what you physically get.
Well, and also the friends at home are going to say, what's it cost? Well, it costs £7. Okay.
Per club.
Per club. So £7 a month is the subscription, if you like, per club. So for that £7, you get the discount etc. Now let's have a look what you really get, because this is the key, isn't it?
For me, it is as
Yeah,
well. I mean,
of course
the discount's a bonus.
But a lot of people join the club this week because of the club sale that we've got right now. So here, for example, every month you get a brand new design. So here's a little groovy plate. This was January's.
Yeah.
And then you also get a double project.
Right.
So we're just about to improve this. This is going to be the new and improved one. An extra 4 pages, actually.
Very good value.
All printed in-house now. No more photos.
No more photos.
No more photos stuck on. The kids used to do that. But you can see here, for example, you've got a double project, all step by step. So what we're going to do is blow up this picture so that you can see the project much better than this is. In my opinion, it's too small. We're going to make it bigger, which means including inserting extra pages, but that's okay. The cost is on us. It doesn't increase the price. It increases the price to us, but not the price to you. So you can see here you've got double projects, step by steps, and these are the projects actually that Jane and Linda have created. So every month you get 2 really cool projects. You get the education, and then we even give you the free plate as a gift.
So when you think about it now, Barb, because obviously we used to outsource this, didn't we? The printing.
Yes.
Because we do that now, we've got a lot more control over it, especially with the cost as well.
Exactly. So that's why I'm quite happy to say, right, we'll insert another 4 pages.
Yeah.
We can give more, you know, because for me, when I'm doing it, I'll show you my project and you'll understand.
Yeah.
Linda Williams is the same type. So let's go to the stamp project. Can I slide that onto you?
Indeed.
So let's say in January, it was these polar bears. Right, loved these polar bears.
I've seen these all over Facebook.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, a lot of people saw this artwork and decided they wanted to emulate it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people joined the stamp club off the back of the polar bears, and then they said they want to backdate it to January because they wanted the polar bears, which is also
to start. Yeah,
they want to start.
And I suppose January is a good place to start anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. So my project was this canvas board, which was what people really enjoyed. The point is, you see, I have to take so many photographs that I said I need more space. I want to make bigger photos, you see. So what we're doing is we're just spreading it out, making it bigger, making it easier.
Nice.
So it's going to be more comprehensive, basically. So you can see this is Jane's project. This is my own project. This is Jane's in the room with us, I think.
She is indeed. Yeah.
Good.
And also back in the day, it was 1 stamp.
It was 1 stamp. Now you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different stamps.
And it will vary month on month, won't it, depending on the design.
So what that means is that for your £7, you're getting a stamp set, you're getting double projects, you're getting the education plus the discounts. Right. Third club up is the stencil club. So you can see here, you've got a beautiful stencil. But most importantly, you've got the education.
Yes.
So it tells you Jane and myself went to town on this. This is a gel press, which reminds me, we've got a jelly plate, a little craft along on Thursday evening.
Yes.
In the shack. But you can see here, for example, this is a gel press print using paint and alcohol ink, actually, and paint. And then that's the other one. But I need more room to explain this. Jane's is beautiful. She's used a stencil in the background with some paste, which is also fantastic. So double projects, plus, of course, the free stencil.
And putting that into perspective, but I mean, a stencil of this, if you buy an A5 stencil on our website, it's £5.99. Yes. So when you think about it, for the education, you're paying £7, okay, and you're getting the double project,
plus the stencil,
plus the discount, and the half price club member sale.
Yeah.
And every month you also get a newsletter from you.
Yeah, I'll write a newsletter.
What's going on?
Yeah.
You also get, as we spoke about earlier, special loyalty point offers as well. And we just keep growing and growing, don't we?
We do. And I think for, you know, the clubs are, they're a £7 subscription each, you know, and some people are in 1, 2, and 3. It's entirely up to you. But from our point of view, it's the most important thing.
Yeah.
The subscriptions are what keep us afloat.
It's that regular income, isn't it?
It's that. So if you like clarity and you want to support clarity, then that's the way to go. And the benefits are boundless.
They really, really are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like Christmas or your birthday coming once a month.
So
for 12
if you
months.
yeah, exactly, because it gets posted to you, of course. And if you aren't in the club and you're thinking about it, well, this week is crucial because it's the biannual, it's twice a year, but it's the biggest sale of the year is the February sale.
It is. And also maybe you've got a birthday coming up and someone says, oh, what do you want for your birthday? It's a perfect gift, isn't it? More water with that coffee. It's that perfect gift because then it's a gift that you're going to receive over a period of anniversary. Valentine's, maybe your other half wants to buy you a Valentine's present. Maybe you want to go from 1 to 2 clubs. Maybe you're already in one and you're thinking, oh, you know, I want to give that a go.
Another one.
Yeah, and that extra 2.5%.
Yeah, and the other thing that I found was if you do classes, right, a lot of people get together with groups of friends. And I know from back in the day when I was doing workshops every week, sometimes you just run out of ideas.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what am I going to do with my group of ladies on Friday morning at the coffee morning? And this is where you glean your ideas, you see.
And it's also, we started at the beginning of the year, the new Facebook group, which is the Clarity Crafts, Mini Makes and ATC Facebook group, which has actually gone absolutely madness. And the whole idea behind that was for people that maybe lost their way. They were looking for ideas or inspiration.
That's right.
This is another way of finding that inspiration.
Yes,
isn't
it is. And also there's a building game here because you collect the education.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, you can go back, if you're in the club, you can go back and get past issues easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So there are lots and lots of benefits, aren't there?
Really, really are.
Anyway, so today, that's why you need to join the club and do yourself a favour and join the club before you go shopping.
Yes.
Don't go shopping and then think, oh, well, you can't go shopping, actually.
No, because if you try and click on the section that says welcome to the club's member, one, it tells you to log in, and then when you log in, you'll then see the club prices if you're a club member.
But this is half price.
Yes.
So anything that's £10 is £5, anything that's £20 is £10, and so on and so on. Now, if you're like me, when there's a sale on, right, this is the way I roll, right? When I go if I go shopping in a sale, I buy the things that I can't usually afford. So I go, you know, I'm going to buy
higher price points.
Yeah, I am. Where to get half price, I'm going to go for the leather jacket that I would never be able to afford that's half price. I'm not going to buy a pair of socks in the sale. I could buy a pair of socks the rest of the
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the way I roll.
Little bits of luxury maybe. And
I noticed a few sales yesterday were for like the full floral alphabet groovy.
Yes.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a considered purchase, but at half price. So that's the stuff where you've looked at it and gone, it's a little bit strong. But at half price, it was on my wish list. Now you can actually, it's affordable. That's the way I shop anyway. You know?
Yeah, no, I think it is in people's budgets and stuff like that. But if you're not in the club yet, then what you need to do, and you want to take advantage of the members there, you buy the club separately, and then as soon as you purchase that and you've checked out, log out of your account, then log back in, and then you'll see all the club prices.
Is that right?
Yeah. So
okay, cool.
So you just buy it. It tells you need to buy it separately.
Yeah. Can you get on the phone and talk to Sue?
You can get on the phone and talk to Sue. The number's at the bottom, which is over here.
01732 868 215.
There we go. So if you're not sure. And then once it's active straight away. So as soon as you've done that, then your discount will apply.
There you go.
Just log out, log back in, and it'll be done.
That's it.
Just like that.
And then you just have to wait until we fill the order, which can take time. Because we're only a little family team. Yeah, that's the only thing is you get half price. You have to wait a little while. It's
definitely worth the wait.
I mean, the first orders there. We go in order of appearance, don't we?
Yeah, of course.
As they come in, so we push them out.
And then if some of our friends, we found out this morning, they were confessing to it this morning in Groovy Tuesday on multiple orders.
Oh dear! And I'll tell you another thing that it's a unique sale. This is something we haven't mentioned yet, right? When I say we make to order, what I mean is we don't sell out. So that means if we can possibly make, say you buy something, right, you buy and we've sold out of it,
we don't sell out.
We don't sell it out.
Yeah.
And then push you to buy stuff that we've got in the cupboard. No. If that's what you want, that's what we'll make. And that's why it does take a little bit longer sometimes. The longer the orders take to come in, right, the further down the week they are, the less likely it is that it'll be in the cupboard, the more likely it is we've got to make it, the longer the wait is. But you understand that's so that we can honour whatever it is you actually want.
Yeah, so that nobody feels left out.
Yeah, it's not a clearance sale.
No.
They're a different kettle of cod, aren't they?
Yeah, we can tend to do sometimes like that when we know we've got a limited amount of stock that we've bought in, and we think, right, we need some space in the warehouse.
That's it.
And then when it's gone, it's gone.
But these half price sales are not that.
No.
These are proper bona fide. I wish that more sales did what we do.
I know, it's like, oh, that top, they haven't got it in my size.
And they've only got it in size 4 or 24.
Yeah, or
and so,
extra small, or extra large.
I really love those shoes. Oh, they're in twinkle toes. Okay, well, I was born with bigger feet than size 4. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that's another benefit.
That's right. And so today, the idea is this week, what we're doing is every day we're having a sales show.
We are indeed.
Right, and at the risk of repeating ourselves, we're shining a light because we've been going for a long time, and we're manufacturers, we're designers, we make everything in house. It's a good thing, and it can be a bad thing. It's it swings both ways. Doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So, but the thing is that we've got so many things. So many products that we think that it's a good idea to shine a light on just a handful. And because it's like love is in the air, it's February, it's Heart Month, it's Valentine's, it's all that. I thought it'd be a really nice idea today if we look at some hearts.
Is it that side or that side? That side.
Hearts.
I haven't got one.
Yes, you have. You've got a big heart. A big heart.
Big heart. My heart.
So we thought we'd start with the Linda Williams plate, which is beautiful, and it's glorious.
It's part of a complete
not so much
range,
Valentine's
isn't it?
wedding, really.
Yeah, it was part of that. It's a wrap collection, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Linda came up with this
really
marvelous
fantastic
technique.
So if you have a look at this, for example, here, it's a big plate, isn't it? Do you want to show? Well, let's have a look at this. If we look at the size of the plate, let our friends see it. So this is a big A4 plate. If I come out a little bit so you can see it, it's a big plate. It's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
If we could just show you the printout of it.
Yeah,
then we can see here you've got this huge, beautiful heart with this, and then you've got all these different elements or assets, but it's very much a wedding thing,
or anything sort of love. And then you also get your assembly instructions in there written by Linda, so you can see you've got a coloured image of what it looks like, and just gives you your guides. And look, you can see here you've got a template as well, and another idea for inspiration.
So it's a heart wrap, isn't it? This is a heart wrap. That's the front of the card, if you like, and it wraps. We'll show you a bit of artwork in a moment. But there's more than just this, isn't there, Paul?
There is. So
let me just check on the number of this one now. So this is just for this plate.
Just for that plate, 41742. So these are normally
41752.
These are normally £23.99. So it means it's going to be £12.
So there you go. Just write it down while we show you.
Yeah,
and then you can
we've also got a show
later.
page on our website. If you go to the Clarity TV button on our website in the top right-hand corner, then you can click on there, and everything on this hour is in that page.
Okay, there you go then. So 41752 gets you this beautiful plate for half price.
Yes, £12. Yeah.
Right.
Then we have a stand plate. So decorative in its own right, you've got all these different elements on there.
So this creates a little stand, right? And we've got these pre-printed plates as well.
We have,
these little stands. These, I'll show you that they're very useful. Dave cuts these out.
He does, yeah.
They're fantastic. They're fantastic for all cards, really, for all artwork. And whether or not you cut out the hearts is up to you. But you can see that's the plate as it comes. If you wanted to kind of put a sleeve, a parchment sleeve on it, that's how it works.
And you've got your other sentiments on there. You've got lovingly created with you in mind.
Love is in the air, made especially for you.
The lovely lily of the valley.
Yeah.
And the little rats. And then, so if you want that one on its own, then the item number for that is 41733. Now you can
41773. You're getting a headache, Paul.
I don't know. Am I not talking? Is it not coming out in English?
It's not. Well, the numbers aren't right. 41773.
What did I say? 33. I've got number lexic.
41773.
And one number in front.
Right. Just write them down if you fancy them. The pair, though, if you wanted both of them.
Yeah. So if you wanted the A4 and this one, then 4, 2, 3, 6, 6.
Correct.
Yeah, I got it right.
Right. So then you get both of the plates. You get the big heart wrap, and you get the stand.
That one as well.
But what about this here then?
Okay, so this is a complete collection where you get your A4 plate, your A5, and then you were just showing us those lovely stands. You get a little selection. So you get 3 card blanks, 3 stands, and 3 envelopes in this collection.
Dave's always making these.
Yeah. So that item number is 41787. So this complete collection would normally be £39.99.
Right.
And club
40
members,
quid.
20 quid for club members.
So it's £20 for both the plates and the
and
set.
if you wanted refills of those, then you can get a pack of 10, which is item number 31151, and you get 10 hearts, 10 of the stands, and 10 of the envelopes. So to top up.
Yeah. So you get all of that.
Yeah.
And in the actual kit itself,
you get 3 of each.
Which is just a little sample.
It's just a little thing to get you started,
It's a really good idea. So in this set here, you, just to reiterate, you're going to get 10 of those, 10 of those. So for a wedding, say you're doing a wedding or something like that, or a special anniversary, then this would be ideal. And not just, said the stamper.
Yeah.
Not just for the
these are great because it's good quality.
Beautiful for stamping on.
Yeah.
You know, this is our stencil card. And this would be, for me as a non-parcher, this would be just because it's
just a card blank.
It's just a really beautifully shaped card blank.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at some artwork, shall we? But like I say, this particular set here, 31151, that speaks to me as a stamper
like you refill,
as well.
Isn't it?
It absolutely is.
That would probably fit onto a large shell press if you wanted to pull prints and stuff. Really, and it will take the quality of that.
Absolutely. If I show you the quality of the card,
and it's all pre-scored.
Right. So let me just show you this, and it is all pre-scored. So I can, if I'm folding this over like so.
That's right.
There's my front.
Isn't it lovely?
Yeah. So, and you can see, let me show you this. If this is my front here, see the only disadvantage is, let me show you, because it's, if I show you on this camera, right, what you'll see is, oh, hang on, we're over here now. Yeah. If I bring it, no, where am I going here? If I bring it in here, it's too close.
Yeah.
Let me show you on the overhead. Like, because it's got a heart, it won't stand up. Look.
Oh,
see?
no, you can't
That's
have
the
that.
point. Because it's got a heart, it won't stand up. But that's why you've got these little stands, because now you can stand it on the stand. Look. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And it stands up beautifully. And from the front, I don't know if we can see this. If you can see it from, there you go. So from the front, you've got that beautiful, so imagine that
lovely?
Yeah, do you see what I mean? So it supports the back, but the front is open.
And it's nice because the little stands have got the hearts cut out of them as well. Rather than just give you a blank stand, you've even got that element to it as well.
You've got the little heart stand, right? And then you've got, and that holds it beautifully. Because when we designed this, when Linda designed this, I said, I think we've got a bit of a flooring. Like literally it's going to hit the floor as well.
Yeah.
So then Dave said, well, what about this idea? And
because the card blanks were a recent introduction at that point, weren't they?
Because but it's obvious, if you've got to stand it up. I said to Linda, so are we going to stand these up then?
Yeah, because the parchment a little bit floppy.
Yeah.
As well.
So this is really cool. Let's have a look at some So I really like this. I really like the cards anyway.
There we go.
Shall we have a look at some artwork? So if I show you some artwork, you prepare to be impressed. So you can see here, this is Chris Walker, wedding, look, absolutely gorgeous. Together Forever, designer parchment.
Designer parchment, half price in the set. And it's lovely because what it does is it wraps around. That's the way it's been designed, hasn't it?
So here's this one at the back, for example, like so, with a lovely frill. And then in the front, this is Sheila Gray. See, so you can
And you can see now why you've got those decorative elements on that plate for your card blank.
So here's one, Francis Knott. You can see, so I'm bringing it over.
Oh, look, but there's your complete heart.
Yeah, I know.
You see, so if you don't want it to wrap around, you can complete your complete heart, can't you?
I love that section anyway. But so this is Francis Knott's work. And when you turn it over, you see, you wrap it. But I love the idea of that kind of partial art, speaks to me.
Yeah.
From this day forward. So then this one here is a really lovely one.
That's using the lily of the valley to decorate.
So when we look at the actual plate,
just underneath the artwork,
if we just take the plate and we look at where all this is, you can see that this is literally taking the plate as it comes. You see, it's taking it as it comes
with that lovely frill around the outside,
which is worth noting. But then, of course, we've got another kind of advantage here. This is Francis Knott's. You can see here she's just taken this plate, which I think might come from,
isn't it?
I think this might come from this plate here. Does it?
Oh
no, it's from here, isn't it?
It's from there, isn't it? The little bouquets.
So Francis has taken this from here, hasn't she?
Yeah.
And then the ribbon is up here.
There.
So what a beautiful piece of artwork that is. And here's another one from Sheila.
So that's just using one element. You've got that little bow and then these decorative elements here. Because look, sometimes you don't really notice on the plate what's included, do you?
No, absolutely gorgeous. So here's one by Jane Telford, and you can see here, so she's made the most beautiful edging. Let me just get in tight on that edging. Let's have a look at this so you can see what she's actually, isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Look at that for a wedding card.
Wow.
Hey?
And that looks dimensional, doesn't it? As if it's stuck on.
Yeah, no, it's all in one piece. And then she's just cut the little edges out. And then that beautiful
multi-needle tools, I reckon, are there.
Forward. Yeah, multi-needle tools. So on the subject of multi-needle tools, we were talking about this earlier. Of course, Louise is going to be joining us on Monday, first day. And we've been having meetings about the future.
Yeah.
Future planning.
Very exciting.
And one of the things that we want to get Louise involved in is online courses.
Yes.
So for Pergamano, very much for the parching skills, traditional parching skills, we want to actually introduce online courses.
Yes.
So, and in order to participate in those courses, there'll be paid online courses like tutorials that you will attend online, and we will say, this is what you're going to learn in this tutorial, in this course, and this is, and then you could tick that box. You could go back and re-watch the courses.
Yeah, and if you can't join in when they're actually broadcast at the time, they'll be there for you to go back.
Like the ones that I've done.
Signed up.
Yeah.
When did you sign up to that one?
I was talking about the collage ones.
The collage ones. Yeah.
You know, so that will be the same thing. You can go back and watch it after. Once you've purchased that module, you can go back and revisit that module for life. That's going to be there for you. But one of the things that I did want to say, because if you're interested in that and you want to get some structure in your parchment art, you know, like you want to learn white work, you want to learn properly rather than just dipping your toe in it. You know, maybe you want to enroll in one of those online classes.
Definitely, because obviously when we're doing shows for you, there's only so much that we can cover, isn't there, during the course of an hour. So Louise will be able to specialize specifically on those techniques and really spend the time.
And it will be modular, you know, so you can build on that. And this is what we're working on anyway. The thing is, in the half price sale, this is where we're going to be using all the gear. So for example, and this is why I wanted to kind of, you talked about it this morning, didn't you?
Yeah.
So the tool you mentioned it. We won't go into it too much, but for example, you were talking about these particular.
That's right. So written by Linda Williams. Okay,
yeah.
and Louise used to travel down on a regular basis to Linda, didn't she, to her classes? So you've got the handbook for volume 1. Okay.
Yeah, so if we go to the handbook here, you can see that this is going to be the handbook that Louise will work with you.
Yeah, so if you was going to do a college course, you'd go to the classroom to attend things, and then you'd buy a book, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and this is going to be definitely a book for the tools, and then of course you need so the bundle.
There we go. Right. So the bundle, if you wanted to go for the book and the tools, it's 70458. It's normally £94.92, but as a club member sale, it's 47.
So it's less than £50.
Yeah, and when you think that each of these tools normally are £9.99 each, and you get 7 tools in this collection.
Plus the book.
Plus the book.
So if you were thinking about getting some structure, some learning structure in your parchment art, then treat yourself to the tools in the book and just
put it in the
cupboard and wait.
Yeah.
Right. And then when we get these classes fired up, then once these Pergamano multi-needle tool courses begin, if you're starting out, great. If you've already got the tools, you might have them at home and think, I don't know what to do with them. Well, help is on the way.
We never did we, when we bought Pergamano?
I still don't know. And then we've got, for example, so that's volume 1 of the books. Linda she introduced volume 2. So Paul's got the prices on this one. This is a different book again.
This is volume 2. There's a lot more pages. So for the book, on here, if you want to go for the bundle with the book and the multi-needle tools, the item number is 70359. And that's normally £139.88, so £140. In the club, it's £70.
And this is for volume 2,
for volume
the second, 2. Part 2.
Yeah, and when you look, you've got all of these tools. So you've got 11 multi-needle tools, the Pico Vs that you introduced since owning Pergamano.
Yep, I love them.
A piece of artwork we were looking at this morning, the semi-square in there. You've got the original angle tool, which Barb calls a castle turret.
Yeah.
The heart, appropriate for this month.
Almond is lovely.
Yeah, and then the 4-in-4 and the cross tool. Now, if you've already got some of these tools and you want to build up your collection, then they're all available individually at half price. But as Barb said, the key is a book. And this, I think it was 172 pages in this volume.
Yeah, it's quite something. And it's a handbook. So what it is, but I honestly, unless you're given guidance on how to use the book, it can be quite daunting. And I think that's where we want to introduce these courses and work our way through this, and then take these and actually put them into context.
Absolutely.
Take these beautiful shapes and put them into context. There are workshops at the back. There are work pieces at the back, projects that you can work through on your own, really.
That'd be like your homework, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'll be your homework. Look at that one. What a masterpiece.
And it's this framing, isn't it? Because we often concentrate on the middle, but the multi-tool needle, that's just using that. And how do you extend it?
Yeah, and this is really where you need an expert to show you what the purpose is of all these little tiny swatches, these little samplers. And I think that it is time that we did online courses.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
we built a collection of, or not a collection, but a series of online workshops that you can go back, like for reference. You pay to watch them, you join in on the live on the day, but then you could go back and look again, and it's always going to be there. And there will be additional supplementary projects, and once you're in that group,
that just be exclusive to that little area, just like I suppose exclusive to the club members.
Class,
yeah, absolutely.
So that's something that we're working on, and I think that again, the sale, if you're going to go for, if you fancy getting involved in a proper course, then now's the time to buy the gear and then just wait.
So this bundle is like your leather jacket.
It is. It is really, because it is quite an expensive
that you were
one.
saying. Yeah. So
exactly.
say £140.
Yeah.
So to me with expensive leather
You
jacket.
see, I enrolled in a course online. I do lots of online courses. I never stop learning. Pottery, I've spent a fortune on pottery, and on classes, but it got prohibitive because I was missing so many of the classes, and I couldn't go back. You know,
that's the thing with pottery, you have to be hands-on, don't you?
So, and there was no, when you missed it, you missed it. So, you know, you're spending £100 for an afternoon, and if you miss it, you miss it.
Yeah.
And when I was ill, I missed lots, and I just thought, I can't afford this. I can't afford it. But then I did another course, a mixed media course online, and then of course things got busy. I spent 200 quid on this course.
Wow.
Right? And then I couldn't do it because of work commitments, things happen, you know, things get in the way. But the best thing about that course is that I can go anytime.
Yeah.
So I can go back. It's same as our my collage workshops. If you didn't do it live, it doesn't matter. You could go back and join in. You know, you're not missed anything.
No.
And as soon as I get a chance, you know, even if I just go in for 10 minutes and watch, and then I listen, and then by the time I go back, I've forgotten half of what I've learned. So, well, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
So then I have to go back, a rewind, and that's the magic of online
being
courses.
able to rewind.
Yeah.
And another benefit of the online course is you can be anywhere in the world.
You can.
In the comfort of your home.
In a waiting room.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to do the course, because that's something like Ken Kilminster. He's the same as me. I don't do the course while the person is doing it. I watch and I take notes. That's the way I operate.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing it at the same time. I watch and I take notes, and I think, right, okay, understand where the bus is headed. Yeah,
like
that's how I do it.
Yeah.
And then when the class is finished, then I go back to the beginning, and then I stop it, do a bit, stop it, do a bit, rewind it, check it. What was the bottle? What was that? What was that? That's how I work.
I suppose it's also by seeing the story from the start to the end.
I need to see
you know where it's going and what the outcome is going to be.
Exactly. I need to see the direction. I need to know where we're headed. And the best thing is, and this is why our online workshops are like that and will be like that, is being able to get access again later, even if you didn't. So like they're online at the moment. They're not in the sale, but I don't think so.
Shouldn't be.
No. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they are. Who knows?
Workshops and ticket events are not
on the sale. Thank you. But they are there just for always. You know, just go back, and if you've signed up and you've paid for the ticket, you can get through that door.
And then life got in the way, and then you think, oh, I'd forgotten I bought that. Yeah.
So I've seen that a few times where people say, oh, I didn't have time to do the Lighthouse one because my mum was ill or this and that. And then I said, well, go back and do it, because I did a pre-record.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's great to have that facility to be able to do that.
So back to the heart.
Back to the heart.
I just wanted to show a couple more pieces of artwork. Right, this is a gorgeous one. Look at this, because that's the thing. You know, you can make the shaped hearts that you need the stand for.
Yeah.
But this is rather a beautiful thing with the lily of the valley, and it hangs. You see?
So you've got that dimension.
So when we go to the front camera, isn't that a beautiful thing?
Parchment, although it's quite delicate, it's quite robust when it comes to construction.
So you can see this one. It's got 5 parts. If I show you from above, you can see it's like a star, but it's actually a heart. And then there's a ribbon holding it. But what a nice piece of artwork.
That's lovely, isn't it? So that would be sort of, I mean, you can imagine sort of
hanging over I don't have it hanging over the dining room table.
Yeah, that'd be lovely. The light would catch that as well, especially using some of our coloured parchment as well.
Karen Jackson. Yeah.
But also for the bride, maybe something different for the bride. Beautiful.
Yeah. So there you go. That was the
folded heart collection.
The folded heart collection.
It's a wrap from the rest. If you like that style of it, wrapping around, then there's this whole series of, if you just put in the website, it's a wrap, then you'll come up with all the different designs from Linda Williams.
I'm just going to put all this over here, Paul. Is that all right?
Fine. Of course it is.
Well, you've got to clear it out, so I'll just let you know where it is.
Where to find it. So we're going to stay in that loving mood. Okay.
Oh, are we?
We are.
All right then.
Okay, and this is close to your heart.
Oh yeah,
because this was doodled in the shack, wasn't it?
Yeah. So this is a really cool, funky. It's so modern, isn't it, and trendy
compared to what we just looked at. Very trad in style.
So this is really nice, and the plate is it's just a single plate.
There we go. A5 square, so it fits in your starter kit. If you your plate mate from your starter kit, you've got item number 41704. Normally £9.49, so in the club it's only £4.75. But I love how much detail is on this plate.
And the thing about the plate also is that it's like a mark maker, if you like. If you just look at if you actually look at the, I don't know if I can come in a bit closer. Yeah, let's come in here so you can see the print. So you've got so many different patterns and areas. You don't need to use all of it. That's the magic thing about Groovy, is if you just wanted to do the heart with this area or the outline, or use this to infill something else. It's like a real cool pattern building exercise.
And sort of an infill plate as well, isn't it?
That's exactly what it is to me. So if we look at some of the artwork now, you'll see here, this is lovely. So what a pretty piece of artwork this is by Jane Telford. And you can see here, it's really delicately cut. I mean, look at the cutting on that. If I just take a piece of, let me just take a piece of paper and I'll slide through that. So you can see the cutting. If I had a piece of black, Paul.
Yep, there's bits just there. And I reckon that is one of Josie's grids.
What's it say on the back? Princess Louise lace corner duet plate.
41290, which will also be in the half price sale.
Waimea Falls companion paper.
In the sale.
So if I was to take this now, so what was the plate?
This plate was Princess Louise.
Princess Louise, look at that.
Isn't that lovely?
So while we're sitting looking at this,
yes,
there's something else that we need to flag up that's in the sale. Right, I'm going to do it because, again, if you want to do this course
and you bought the multi-needle tools, then
you got to have the scissors. Yeah. So I've got all three of them here.
Okay.
Right, Paul, over to you.
Yep. So we'll just take these out of the way so it just doesn't get caught. There we go. So you've got three different scissors of choice. Okay. So if we start off with these ones here. So it all started off with the exclusive item number 70040.
Can you see that okay? Shall I come in a bit tighter?
People go to making notes. Our friends are making notes.
It.
There we go. So you got that one. And they all come with this. You get the scissors, you get a piece of Pico foam, and then you also get a handy guide to parchment cutting by Linda Williams. And it comes for all three of those. So those ones are £13.99. Okay, so they will be half price in the club member sale. And these are the ones that we both learnt on, and these are the ones you continue to use, aren't they?
So these are £13.99 really?
In the sale, for full price, yeah, those ones.
So actually you're talking about £6.50.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
When you say it like that.
Yeah, so that's £6.50.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to show you the handy guide to parchment cutting.
Yeah.
Right. So you can see here that it does really show you how to use them. We don't just leave you hanging.
No.
Right. And cutting across, cutting along the edge of a straight line, etc. There are the three different sorts of scissors that we're showcasing at the moment, half price.
Yeah.
70040. Me personally, I'd be getting a second pair.
Some of our friends have been. I'm not going to name any names. And we've also got, I know somebody that loves to do the Pico cutting. It's a lovely Maggie.
Oh, Maggie Byford.
Maggie Craner is joining us again this afternoon.
Hello, Maggie.
So, so Maggie's in the room again.
So she'll be using these ones.
Yeah, so you've got your ring lock because of the mechanism in the connection. And I prefer these because they've got slightly larger apertures to the rings, to the handles.
Yeah.
So they're more comfortable. And I think these are normally £23.98. I think they're around about that price. I'm sure Jane will correct me on that. Then we have our perga cutters. So I call these squizzers because it's a combination between tweezers and scissors.
Yeah.
So if you're doing lots of it, if I'm doing a lot, for example, if I was going to do that, then I would be using the perga cutters because they're more comfortable on my hand.
Yeah, they're like tweezers, aren't they?
Yeah.
You squeeze
I had
them.
mine in here earlier.
Yeah, that's okay. I just wanted to flag up because we're talking about these online courses, and I'm thinking, right, I know what you're going to need.
Yeah.
So let's just take a look at this half price sale.
Yes.
And let's get serious about it.
Yeah, because if you've gone for the multi-needles, then you're definitely going to be doing some picot cutting.
Yeah, and also if you do little classes, little groups, now is the time. You know, if you're doing picot cutting and you've all huddled, everybody wants their own scissors. That's something that I learned very quickly. Everybody uses different scissors. So now's the time to get a couple so that you can all share them out and try them. Yeah,
and especially at that price. I mean,
especially half price.
If our friends are coming to our open days in June, then Glynis does a snip clinic as well.
Exactly.
But they won't be at this price at the open day.
No, they will not. So that, you know, that's something to bear in mind.
Yeah.
And I think I just wanted to mention those.
Yeah,
right,
definitely.
There you go. Okay.
So that was where we was looking at that
everything out of the cupboard.
Well, you need it, don't you? Because you don't realise until you start to do it.
You do not.
So then we're going to look at some more artwork of this loving heart.
So if I come in a little bit closer on this one, you see it's young. Often it might not be the traditional, you know, let me just indulge this a little bit again. Like it might not be that kind of trad, you know, old-fashioned, lovely, you know, almost Victorian. But it depends who you're sending it to.
Yeah.
If you're sending it to a young granddaughter or a young teenager, then you know, when we make art, we have to consider the recipient, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
So we consider the colour, we consider the fashion, and the thing about
bring the sort of the plating is so you can see it's just the outline of the plate itself.
Yeah.
The love has been put in the middle. And then this is where you did that craft along the other week with the coaster about these cutting opportunities.
Yep.
So this is where the little hearts come into play
to be
able to create that so that the love doesn't fall away.
And similarly, if you see here, there's a little cutting opportunity there, but this is all solid.
Yeah, which is just that little strand there, isn't it?
And that's another one of those. This is on mulberry paper. That's using
another one of Josie's. I reckon that's
Josie's Charles. That's Charles. I like that one.
Prince Charles. That one. Or was it King?
I like that one.
Charles. I mean, it might have been a prince at the time who brought these ones out.
And then this is last but not least, a lovely, fresh, and that's using the whole thing. This is one of the things about the plates. Let me show you. You see, you've got your love down there. You pop the love in, and then you just wrap the design around the love. You could put a name in there. You could you could spell anything.
You know, you were talking about those lovely buttons in the shack.
Yes.
And there's a groovy version of the shack buttons. So if you wanted to step it up a little bit. And it's got some stippling in there that lovely Maggie enjoys doing.
I tell you what I really like. Maggie loves stippling, don't you?
She does.
Check out the little tiny, look at that.
Look at those.
So when you look up close, that's when you see just how beautiful this set is. Look at that little that where's that on the set?
Where's that on the plate?
Where have we found that?
Right, okay, now this is going to be a challenge.
It's not on there, is it? Where did we go for that? But
I wonder if it's written on the back. It's gonna
designed by Carol Pankstello, Tina's Flowers in a breeze doodle landscape.
So that's probably where those
where those little flowers come from. So these are from Tina. I love that.
Nice.
Tina's Flowers in a breeze doodle landscape A5 square plate, also in the sale.
Definitely $4.75 to club members.
And the picot dies.
Yep, also in the sale.
Yeah, well, do you know though, I think it's important that we look at this stuff in detail.
I think sometimes we forget, don't we? Because as you said, you've been going 33 years, and for going that so long, and it's constantly, and because the nature of the beast was doing live TV on such a regular basis, it had to be new. And so sometimes we forget ourselves. We go into our art room and we look at what's in those pizza boxes. And when I say pizza box, I haven't got one here. I don't know where I put it. We keep all the artwork in pizza boxes.
Safe,
clean pizza boxes, obviously.
They're not pizza boxes, they're just flat boxes, but they look like a pizza box.
And they're all in bookcases, and we can go exactly when they were last on TV. Grab
we've got loads of them.
Yeah,
go on.
And you can see exactly when they were last on TV, when they were used. But what it does, it means that we can often go back and look and say, look, this one hasn't been on for such a long time.
Yeah, that's it.
So some of our friends may have not be aware of it.
And this is a really good way to protect the artwork, you see. So we've got rooms full of
these boxes.
Rooms full of pizzas.
I bet they think, well, they make a lot of pizzas.
And so I wanted to have a little tiny intermezzo, a little tiny break in the groovy show here.
Yeah.
Because we doodled this in the shack, and of course it's a heart stamp.
Yeah.
And since it's, it's Heart Week.
Uh-huh.
I thought we could just, So you can see here, it's a little set. And now this heart stamp, instead of 9.99, we're on the stamps now, friends.
Yeah.
This is a stamp with a two-way overlay. So that fits in that, but it goes on its own as well. Comes with
a mask.
Okay. Invaluable. Check this out. That's a £5 now.
Wow.
£5 club price. See, I can't beat that. I cannot.
Especially with a mask as well, because normally we would sort of like a normal mask is, I think it's £3.50 for a large size mask. So
I know. Check out that Eileen Godwin at her best.
Wow.
There you go. Beautiful artwork, offset. Doesn't that look smashing?
Of course, yeah. So it's that technique you've been showing. But
just in case you haven't got that beautiful stamp, look at this. Sheila Metzeler.
Love that in just the black and
white.
That
gorgeous, look.
And that little that technique of that ribbon.
Yeah, there you go. Just so you know. This artwork's gorgeous. Sonia Goodliff, there we are. I just had to have a little tiny break from groovy.
Well, there was a nice connection, wasn't there, with because it was doodled in the shack. Yeah.
Nice size as well. There we go. Sarah Brennan, really lovely. Here's a Sam Crow mixed media. Love that. It's just done with a Posca pen, the white Posca pen. Cut out. She just thinks outside the box. Yeah. It's just chopped up. Doesn't that look fantastic? Take a screen grab of these because they're just so good. There's another one by Sheila Metzeler.
Oh, that's clever. Using the little hearts as flowers and butterflies.
Isn't that super?
Yeah.
Here's another one. Look, Andy Duggan. I love it. Mixed media. And then you can go really cool and funky. Sheila Metzeler, always thinking outside the box. She's used it as a clover.
Oh, yeah. Shamrock or something like that. St. Patrick's Day. I think that's probably in March.
That great? March 17th. Then we've got Tina Morris. I love that with that stencil.
That's nice.
Yeah, I like that. That's all on one layer with a couple of stickers. I know this without even looking. Sarah Brennan, the Rainbow Girl.
She loves their ink pads.
She does. Doesn't that look fab? See, I like the little stamps.
Yeah.
These ones. Because they're worth knowing that they're there. Because you'll use them all the time, these little fellas.
They're great.
And they're all that fills that one. See what I mean? They interfill. That's, even though you think of that as a black, that can be your glazing stamp.
Of course, yeah.
So you could use that in a Versamark ink pad and then glaze these.
The little hearts.
Yep. And then this one is Debbie McMullins. Love that.
Stamp board.
Stamp board. She does like the stamp board, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And then last but not least, we've got Linda Spencer. Again, see, it looks almost as if
let me come in. Stuck on.
Yeah, but it hasn't. It's just a bit of shading around the outside. Look, it's that optical illusion. And if you don't join us in the shack, this is the sort of stuff that we doodle in the shack.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, with that sort of effect to give it the dimension. And look at this. I mean, it's sort of like tangling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really like Zentangle.
Yeah.
But it's a nice stamp.
And you know, also, Barb, what this shows off is the quality of our stamps. Because to get these tiny, tiny little dots in a stamp.
Yeah.
And look, those they're so
fantastic.
really,
really good,
detailed.
So there you go. That was the stamp. And if you fancy it for a £5, I mean, what can I say? 11634. That sounds like my old phone number when we were kids. 01634. That's the Medway Towns.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah.
That's easy to remember.
Okay. How are we doing for time?
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Easy layout. Easy layout. These are great. Right. This is again Linda Williams at her best. Let's take a look at the what we're talking about. We've got 2 sets of 3, haven't we?
In total, we're going to share 2 with you, but there's 4 different sets available.
Are there?
But we've got
2 sets of 3.
Yes.
So let's just whistle through these then.
Okay.
So you know the whole the problem that I always find when I'm creating artwork is just staring. For me, what it was looking at a piece of parchment and think, where do you start?
Yeah.
Where do I begin? You know what I mean? For me, it was. And then Linda, she did this. She did a project for the New Design Club.
Yes.
And it was all boxed up. And I was like, that's it.
And it was little pictures and
little tiny set. And I
mini
said,
makes.
Yeah. But for me, she gave me a frame to hang my hat on. It was like, oh, this is. So I talked to Linda about it. And then, of course, Linda being Linda, she's come up with a whole beautiful, easy layout range for us.
Because you said to her, how did you do it? She went, I took this one here and I moved this bit here and I put this bit there.
No, and then she measured it all out. And no. So I said, what about we make a groovy plate that gives you those templates?
Yes.
And that's how this all started. So when you look at these, don't worry about the infill. It's the shape that we're looking at.
It's the value for money when you look at it that way.
So if we look at these, we've got these 3 plates.
Yeah. So item number 41643, and they're normally £28.47, and you're going to pay £14.24 for 3 A5 square plates.
£14.23 for all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
I know. It's half
These
price.
Are beautiful. Let me show you what the point is. So if we take this one.
So that's the plate, exactly how it comes traced out.
This is how it comes traced out. Let me take out
all the design.
Right, because when you see it like that, you think, cool, there's a lot of assets, lots of.
Yeah.
And this is what you're thinking about. So you've got a little wheelbarrow, you've got little flowers, you've got little plant pots, you've got a little hat, you've got a little welly boots, you've got a bird's house, you've got a topiary, so loads and loads and loads and loads, right? But you don't need, what you've also got is the shape. That's the key for me.
Yeah.
Not only that way around, I can turn it that way around. I can put it that way around. So I've got
they
4
look completely different don't
options.
They?
Yeah.
And if you wanted to, you don't have to put those lines in. If you want a bigger space.
If you want a bigger space here, just lose that line.
Yeah.
If you want this box here, take that, just don't use that line.
Yeah.
So the layout plates are a game changer.
They are. So when you look at all the plates that you have in your collection already.
And you're going to get, for all 3 of these layouts, so you've got 3 completely different layouts.
Do you want to look at the 3 different
layouts.
ones? So there we go.
So this is where it all started, was the boat one.
Yeah.
Like, I love this. Look at this. Life's a beach. So you've got the lighthouse, you've got the boat, you've got the bulrushes, you've got the birds, you've got a buoy, a buoy, you've got a little fish, you've got
little
seagulls. There's so much. Don't look back. Gone fishing. Life's a beach. Clouds.
Yeah.
Right. But you've got that. So now we've got the garden. We've got the seaside.
Yeah.
We've got 2 different layouts. Look, they're very different.
Yeah.
And then, as if that weren't enough, now we've got the bathroom. Take time to relax. We've got the chaise longue thing. We've got a bathtub for girly things. Perfume, roses, flowers, candelabra. And then you've got another one. So now we've got 3 different layouts.
Yeah.
Right. We've got an amazing amount of assets. Let's call them little assets, like elements. Right. Ridiculous. Even if you just use them as they come. Let's take that one.
Yeah.
Can I take that one?
Of course you can.
Use it as it comes.
Yeah.
What a masterpiece. Look at this. Let me take all this out of the way for the minute. Look at that.
So that's the plate just traced out exactly how it comes. These are from Lynn Jackson. And just coloured in on the back, I'm guessing pergolina pencils.
Exactly as it comes, look. Yep. What about that one though? No, Lynn
these
Jackson.
Are all Lynn Jackson to start with.
Look at that.
So more of your trad tracing out, combining the white line art from the groovy plate
look
for
at
the frames.
Can you see that? Yeah, of course you can. Or
another one from Lynn Jackson. So if you're into your white work and your shadow embossing.
So the thing is though, it's the same using the plate just as it comes. In different ways. I see an online course coming to life right in front of my very eyes.
You love this technique. This is like black line art. And we looked at this yesterday in the Pergamano Poppets, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, and it's just a grey pencil on the back.
Look at that.
To add colour.
I think that these, if you haven't got them, so that's got to be a Francis knot. Yeah. Look at that. So a little bit of beautiful lace. Look at their lace around that
I reckon
edge.
That's multi-needle tools around there.
I've got to come in close on that one.
Look at that.
Look at that.
I know.
This is crazy. And this is cut out.
Yeah.
Isn't that mad? And then we've got this one, which is going to be a Carol P because she's famous for her drop shadows.
Drop shadow.
See? Gardener of the Year, happy birthday, Dad.
So you've got that box, haven't you, then, that you can put anything in there.
Look, see? And you just make it any size you need it.
Oh, I know.
Or Francis knot. Let me take these away. You can use the layout for any.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we've got this layout. That's this artwork.
Yeah, doesn't it look completely different?
But you know what I was saying about, I stare at a piece of parchment. This was my biggest issue when I started out doing parchment. I thought, where do you begin?
Yeah.
You know, where do you begin?
It can be quite daunting to have a large A5. I mean, A5 isn't large, but when you've got to fill it.
That's why the nested square is in the start. You've got to have something to.
A frame to contain it.
And these, they just make your artwork so interesting. And of course, if you're into your mini makes, well, guess what? You just use half of it. So say here, for example, if we go to one of the layouts, if you go to this layout, which is this one, right? Then you could just use that bit or that bit or that bit. You don't have to use the whole thing.
No, absolutely.
And you can fill it with anything. You look at this. It's immaculate.
I know, it's that cut work, and that's where you really need a good pair of scissors to be able to do that. Yeah.
But whether you're starting out or you're a master parcher, these are groundbreaking.
I think they're sort of like when you often talk about sort of like sampler plates, because we bring you those as well, to be actually to concentrate into smaller areas.
Maggie Byford.
So Christmas.
Yeah. So
wasn't Christmas on the plate
so now we've gone Christmas. Here we go. Francis knot. Look at that. So where does all that come from?
So that is from Linda's nursery. There was a nursery plate. It was an A4 plate.
Pram baby plate,
rocking
horse plate, wardrobe plate.
Wardrobe, it's a wardrobe plate. A lot of that would have come from.
Look at that. I've got to come in close. See, this is why I'm glad that we're taking the time to do this. Because when did we ever look at the artwork?
We never, not in this much detail.
Look at that. So on all the plates we're talking about, the wardrobe plate, the pram plate, the rocking horse plate, where you get all these little elements.
All half price.
All half price.
And look, that's a multi-needle tool. That's a flower tool, which I think is from set 2.
Isn't that delicate though? I mean, that is something that you would put in the nursery and you would keep it, and you would.
That's be on the wall,
family.
Wouldn't it?
It's a family heirloom, really, isn't it?
You'd have that on the wall.
And here's one from Sheila, going right back to where the plate came from, just so that we remember. And here's another one, Jane Telford, Gardener of the Year. Love it.
That's beautiful.
So, you know, it's quite something when you can see.
And that's just one of those 3 plates.
That's just one of the 3. No, it isn't, is it?
It is.
Oh, wow.
Because this is the artwork from the second one.
Okay, artwork from the second one coming up.
So that's the plate.
Okay.
How it comes.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the lovely one with the happy retirement.
This is that one.
There we go.
That one.
So that's exactly how it comes.
I'm just trying
And
to figure out, it's that one, isn't it?
There we go.
So it's this one here.
Yeah.
Right. So it's worth seeing the two plates that we're looking at. There we go. Look at that.
So that's exactly how it comes, and it's just been finished off with a lovely frame. And then, but as you said about taking smaller parts.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like that.
So here we just take a smaller element, but don't even ask me how.
So you've got the circle there. So it's this bit, it comes up here.
Yeah.
And then you've got a part coming down here, and then you've got the little sign in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Just showing you the artwork.
Look at
friends. That. Or this, look at this. This is one from Tina. Again, just using that little bit
in the middle.
In the middle. And then
that's another plate. That's one of the Christmas plates.
There you go. And that's smashing.
Yeah.
So very, very mixed and matchable. And then last but not least on this, so these we're still talking about.
We're still talking about that one set.
I'm still talking about
1424.
No wonder we're struggling. Right. 1424.
Yeah.
For all of these. And
for all of those.
This is the third one.
Yes.
Then, is it?
It is.
Wow. Okay, so that'll be that one. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
That one and this one.
It is indeed.
So take a look at these. Okay. Wow. All right. It's a no-brainer, really.
Yeah.
For £14.
I know.
You sure that's right?
Yeah.
I'm just showing you the artwork now. I'm speechless.
I know. But this is just using a section of it. If we look at the plate here, it's just that little corner.
I know.
That's it.
It's fabulous, isn't it? I love it. And it's an answer. It's a solution.
Yes.
You know, it's a solution to a problem that a lot of people have, which is where to start.
Yes.
You know, that started. How many times did I hear people go, I don't know where to begin? And it's like, I can I feel your pain because I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. Fishing boat.
That fishing boat. But once you got those layouts and you just go around with the grid and then you've got your boxes.
It doesn't feel so overwhelming then, doesn't it? To fill
we got
the little pieces.
We took that principle and turned it into stamps as well.
Yeah.
That works really well too.
I think you've got those on they're the grunge layout, the layout stamps that are coming up later this week.
Are they? I love them too.
Yeah.
Because it's also about the little assets. It's the
little bits that
go
in.
inside.
Yeah.
Yes, lovely. So that's the set of 3. Did you say there's another set of 3?
There is another if you want to look at them.
I want to.
Yeah, of course you can.
Have you got a couple of minutes?
We'll sure
whistle through them. Let's just do it fast. So that's that set. Okay. Let's have a look at this set. That's the set that we've just looked at.
Yep.
Excuse me. And then this is the set. This is another set. These are Christmassy ones, aren't they? I think it would be a good idea to go through the Christmas ones.
And there are 2 other sets available as well.
So this one, we're just going to look at this one now, Christmas. 41588, £14.23 for these 3 as well.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is just start now, okay? Yep. That's the set. That's it on its own. 42030, and that's the layout plate. That's the other set. And 41979, and that's the layout plate. This is what you got to look at, is the layout plate.
For me, yeah.
Because it's like, which way around? There's that cigar band. How useful is that? Whether you run it down the bottom, you turn it that way. I could see so many possibilities.
I know.
And this one, do you want it that way? Is it that way? What are we doing here?
They're so universal, aren't they, in the way in which they work? So that's 2 of the 3.
That's 2. And then the third one is the Angel Sparkle at Christmas. This is a gorgeous one. Look, again, so useful.
Those panels, aren't they? Just really good for filling in.
So, you know, you might look at them and think, what am I doing with them? Well, it's endless what you can do with them. And it's not just what's included on the plates, which are packed, but it's
the content. Any plates that you have in your collection, there will be elements that you can take.
So
there we go.
So if you take both of them, you can see. For me, why wouldn't you?
So basically, buy one, get one free. The set. Buy that set, get that set free, because you're paying $28.47 for both of those sets.
That's insane. Yeah. There you go. And if we look at the artwork, you'll understand.
Is that a Francis?
that I can't imagine it's not. Let's have a look. Not.
Yes.
There she is. Family can melt your heart.
Oh.
There we are. Josie Davidson.
Did you notice the little snowman down there on the plate?
He's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Linda Williams, look.
Rainbow Parchment, also half price in the sale.
Sheila Gray. See, and then I love this one, Maggie Byford. Same layout, but completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got a lovely It's a Wrap. So that's a wedding one.
Yeah.
There we are. And then we've got a Carol Baker special. But I just want to show you the marvellous artwork. Let me show you there, like so. And you can take, there's a Jane Telford special.
That's Linda's children in the middle.
But it's about the composition.
Yeah.
This is such an easy composition.
So that's using the snowman that's on that plate.
And that's using the snowman too.
Different colourways.
It's just, I find it really brilliant that you can use any one of these layouts. See, these are very true to the actual plate, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're lovely, look. But you could put anything. You know those poppets that we had yesterday that we were looking at? And they look smashing in there, a little poppet in there.
Yeah, because that would fit in there lovely, wouldn't it?
See, you turn that, look, it's a man gone fishing.
That's from Linda's in the countryside.
But if you turn that around and put a poppet on that.
Yeah.
Pop
a poppet.
Yeah, but it's just about the layout, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we are. Isn't that
Special
lovely?
delivery.
Special delivery.
For Valentine's.
Yeah. Very, very lovely indeed, aren't they? Oh, and now, last but not least, we come to our angels. So you can see here, we're using those beautiful, there's a Linda Williams.
Perga glitter also in the sale. Doesn't that look like a real ribbon though?
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Look at that. Looks fantastic. That's just embossed, isn't it?
Yeah.
And who did this beautiful one?
I reckon it's
Francis. There we are, look.
Yeah.
Aren't they magnificent? There's a Christmas fairy, Glynis. And then this is a really nice one. And this is a Francis Knott. And she's used one of the
Linda's
children. Love that.
Yes.
Isn't that gorgeous colouring?
Yeah.
Is that coloured parchment?
I'd say that's clear parchment with green parchment underneath, which would also be in the half price sale.
Gorgeous.
Purple parchment.
Look at that cutting out. That's a Josie.
I know.
And there's a little, there you go.
There's a poppet.
There's a poppet, which is exactly what I was...
Take
that one away and let's take a look at that. Let's come in close and let's take a look at that little poppet, because that really, that's one of those parchment poppets.
It is, that we were showcasing yesterday.
I mean, the artwork is superb, isn't it? Best friends.
Have a look at that plate to see. There we go. So that's the plate just there.
There it is.
And then if I take the decorated one,
there it is.
so you can see that there. And then the frame around the outside is using this frame to go around the outside.
Well, maybe that's using that as well.
With the same plate.
Oh, yeah, of course it is.
It's the same plate.
Yeah, yeah. Of course it is. It's using the decorated part of that one. Yeah.
Just to go around there.
Yes, of course. God, you get a lot of bang for your buck on these,
sometimes
don't you?
Really have to look at what,
of course, these are
when the artwork comes in from the design team.
Yeah, amazing. So just showing you the different possibilities. Maggie Byford, Carol Baker. Yeah, it's 3:10. I think we ought to stop. Sheila Gray. There you go. Last but not least.
Designer paper.
So fantastic layout.
It really, and it's nice, as you say, to sometimes go back and revisit, isn't it? Because sometimes it can spark our imagination when it comes to design. Because we were looking through some of the stuff, oh, what about that stamp set? Oh, where's that got? We need to bring that back.
Yeah.
And it does it.
We've got such a vast collection, such a vast library of designs. You know, it's important for you and us to go back and look at what we've got rather than keep ploughing ahead to new, you know, because some of the absolute most beautiful things are things that Linda and Josie and Tina designed a couple of years ago.
Yeah, when we was fairly new to the groovy world.
You know, so I think these layout plates are an inspiration. And I do love that beautiful, that heart fold.
It's a wrap. Yeah, the folded
that whole
heart.
It's a Wrap set was beautiful.
Yeah, so
there's a whole collection.
There is envelopes, pockets.
Really fantastic.
Yeah, the dragonflies, the butterfly cards. Yeah, and all come with the card blanks as well that Dave makes.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, Paul,
for
your help. I hope that that was useful, and I hope that it gives you a good idea, you know, just shining a light on different departments on the website.
Yeah.
But just remember, if you're a club member, everything is half price.
Yeah.
50%. That's a substantial saving.
It is. And don't forget, if you're getting into your groovy, Louise will be joining us very soon. So those multi-needle tools, that's the equivalent of Barb's leather jacket.
Thanks very much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.